Hey everyone, thank you for joining us today. This is Dark Horse Comics and it's Wednesday, so we're here for the new comic book day rundown where we tell you all about all the new releases that are in comic shops starting today. So I'm Kara, and with me I have some really awesome guests who are people that I work with at Dark Horse. So first I want to introduce Brennan. Hey Brennan.
Hi.
Brennan, what is your job title at Dark Horse?
What is my job title? Well, I'm a graphic designer, so I design books and comic books and ads and convention stuff. Pretty much everything that is not the interior pages of a comic, I work on those.
So we do all kinds of things that are not just, the comics art and writing actually at the offices. Our other guest is also kind of on the design side of things this week. So thank you to Allie for joining us.
Hello.
And what is your job at Dark Horse? Like, what department do you work in?
I work in the digital art department. I'm the digital art coordinator. And basically, what we do, Brennan just told you about how they do all like the outside designs and like IFCs and covers and back covers. And what my department takes care of is all the inside stuff, like all the art related stuff. So we kind of usher in the artwork from all the freelancers and talent, and we quality check things, and we're also the in-house artists if anything needs to be tweaked last minute, or maybe some lettering needs correcting, and we put the lettering and the art together, we color sound effects, we make art adjustments, and we lay it all out and get it ready for print. Just make sure everything's beautiful for the printer.
Just a few things,
Yeah. And yeah,
I'm sure there are
very closely with design and editorial.
I'm sure you never have last minute changes to work on.
Oh, never.
That doesn't happen in comics.
I'm currently not panicking right now about that. Swear to God.
So we are going to talk today about new releases, obviously, but also a little bit about kind of this behind the scenes stuff that we all get to work on at Dark Horse. I work in marketing. I don't know if I really go over that much on stream, but so I also work on social media, on our digital ads, on all kinds of things that help you find out about comics, including these Twitch streams, just getting the word out and kind of talking up all the cool creators that we get to work with and licensors, because Dark Horse, of course, does a ton of licensed stuff like Stranger Things comics, for example, which we're going to talk about in a minute here. As our regular viewers know, and welcome to anybody who is newer today, we stream live on Twitch every Wednesday, like I said, for New Comic Book Day, because that's the release day in comic shops. And we are all working remotely still, of course, because it's, quarantine still for COVID. I think, you may have noticed I have some spooky guests with me. This is Beatrice Bones behind me. She's a new house guest. And we may have some more stuff coming up later this week, which we'll announce if and when it all comes together. But we may have some more Halloween stuff coming up here on Twitch later this week. So stay tuned. Giveaways. We always do a giveaway on these Wednesday streams. You will win a copy of each single issue that we talk about today. That's a new release. The keyword for the single issue today, it's actually kind of a combo word. It is Crooked Man. All one word. You don't need to enter any hashtags or anything with that. It's just Crooked Man. Enter that in the chat, and you'll find out why that's the keyword later. Enter it once and only once. Your entry will be counted, and we'll draw a winner near the end of the stream. And that's about it for the kind of housekeeping stuff. Brennan, so we usually tell people, we ask you to shop locally. Do you have any comic shops or in, local places that you would recommend around here?
Tfaw's a good one.
Also, they have all our stuff.
Yeah, Floating World, Bridgetown, and Cosmic Monkey are all great ones. We understand like not wanting to go out to like go in public and buy stuff, but a lot of these places are doing like curbside pickup or delivery, I'm sure, so just please support your local small businesses because they really need it right now.
Indeed. And if you need any help finding a comic shop near you, there's the comic shop locator tool, which is really great. Comicshoplocator.com, pretty easy to remember. All our graphic novels are also available in bookstores or anywhere that sells books, actually. So sometimes you'll find books in Target. We're definitely carried at Barnes and Noble, all those places you would normally get books. And so they also have websites. If you need help finding a shop near you, indiebound.org is one good option for bookstores. So yeah, that kind of brings us to the end of the intro stuff. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on announcements today because we have so many new releases, but we are going to tell you a bit about some digital sales. Allie, I think, is going to introduce our first one.
Yes, so we have a Black Hammer Universe digital sale. So that's in celebration of the new Black Hammer series that's beginning this week, Colonel Weird Cosmagog. And we've got a sale on just the single issues, which are just $1, and collections are as low as $5.50. If you haven't tried Black Hammer, now is a great time to start. It's created by Jeff Lemire and Dean Ormston. Superheroes have defeated the ultimate evil and are now finding themselves stuck in limbo. So, yeah.
Yeah. All kinds of new Black Hammer right now, because we also have new editions of new collections. We've had some library editions come out. So if you're a fan of the big hardcovers, which I am, we have the first 2 collections of both the main series, and then also there are so many side series, more all the time. So the second one is the World of Black Hammer Library Edition Volume 1, which collects Sherlock Frankenstein and Dr. Andromeda, which are some of my favorite stories in the Black Hammer universe. If you haven't tried Black Hammer yet, we recommend it. We also, though, I want to make sure we talk one more time about our horror digital sale. It's been going on all month long because Dark Horse loves horror. We have published an awful lot of horror. There are 50 pages of horror comics that are available on Dark Horse Digital, and all of them are 50% off all month long. But we are getting close to the end of the month, so don't wait too much longer. You have everything from BPRD and Hellboy, of course, to Alien, Predator. One of my favorites is Beasts of Burden by Evan Dorkin and Jill Thompson, and Ben Dewey. There's something for everyone. There's some younger reader stuff. There's adult stuff. There's, again, if you're an old school Alien fan, you can get all of those. So it's a big sale. Don't miss it.
And if you're just dipping your foot into the comics world, we can get you some free horror issues, like free number 1s. And then, if you like it so much, then you can buy some with our digital sale. Count Crowley, Hellboy, Harrow County, Blackwood, or just some of the series that we have free number 1s for. So please have a spooky time and check some of those out.
Yeah, there's some good ones on those freebies. We'll be dropping the links in chat too. I know that particular page can be a little hard to find, so we'll make sure that link gets shared some more. We also have spooky staff picks on our website right now, which are our every year. Like I said, we all kind of love horror and Halloween, and Dark Horse publishes a lot of it. So every year we also do a staff picks roundup, and we try to branch out. I'm sure that we would all love to pick, the same things over and over again. I think Harrow County has been picked every year since it started because it's great. But we have some new picks on there too. And also some Spotify playlists. If you did not know, Dark Horse is now on Spotify too. And there's a bunch of spooky playlists. We have some playlists by Evan Dorkin because he definitely is a music fan and horror movie fan, as well as a comics artist. We have some playlists for Black Hammer, actually, by Dean Ormston. So that's pretty cool. And it's like they've created some really good playlists. So you should go check those out on the Dark Horse Spotify. Those links are on the same page as the staff picks, actually. And you can see all of our other recent announcements also on our website. It's just darkhorse.com/blog. We've had a lot of new stuff come up lately. And again, I'm not going to go through every single one right now because we have a lot of new releases. But one final reminder that our recent stream we did a little earlier this month, Stranger Things and Dungeons and Dragons is coming out very soon, starting next month. New comic series. It's written by Jody Hauser and Jim Zub. We had those two on as guests, along with letterer Nate Picos and other Stranger Things writers, Danny Lore and Greg Pak. all joined us to talk about Stranger Things comics and kind of building the world and how D&D comes into those comics. It's definitely a reoccurring theme. And we were joined also at about the half-hour mark, if you want to go back and watch it. Matthew Modine, who plays Dr. Brenner, came on, and he was hilarious. I don't want to spoil it. You should just go watch it. We clipped it too here on Twitch, so you can see just that bit. But he's great. It was really, really awesome to have Dr. Brenner join us for a bit and talk about those meddling kids. And then we played a game of D&D. The creators played D&D, led by Jim Zub, who's a longtime D&D comics writer and D&D player. So it's a lot of fun. And we finally got to play D&D for Will. So you can see that recording now on our YouTube. It's just Dark Horse Comics on YouTube as well. We'll drop that link in the chat too. And make sure you pre-order Stranger Things and Dungeons and Dragons, which will be out next month. And with that, we're going to talk about new comics. So Allie mentioned the big one, which is new Black Hammer this week. Colonel Weird, Cosmagog is the name of this one. If you are a Black Hammer reader, Colonel Weird is, of course, one of the main characters that you meet right away. I would not say that you have to start with Black Hammer, the original, any of the other series before reading this one, because it is an origin story of the character Colonel Weird. But if you want to read them in continuity, basically read the main series. Black Hammer volumes 1 and 2 are both available now. And then Age of Doom, this kind of picks up right after that miniseries. So Colonel Weird, Cosmagog, this one is by Jeff Lemire, as always, who's one of the co-creators of Black Hammer. And the art for this series is by the amazing Tyler Crook. Tyler is so good. You would recognize his work from many things. Harrow County is a big one, for sure. Sixth Gun is one of my favorite comics ever. And he's also an artist on that. He has a beautiful watercolor style. So he's the interior artist. He also does the main covers. We have a variant cover for this issue by Jeff Lemire himself, colored by Dave Stewart, who is the colorist on Hellboy, for example. And again, this is the origin story. It's a deep character study on Colonel Randall Weird. He leaves the Black Hammer farm and embarks on a strange journey through space and time for something that he's long forgotten, but his sanity and his life are at stake. So if you like Colonel Weird, even if Colonel Weird isn't one of your favorite characters, you just like Black Hammer, this series is promising to be really good. So you should check it out. Number 1, new series beginning today, Colonel Weird, Cosmagog.
Extra Robot, you guys. It's number 3. It's been such a fun series. It's Mike Allred with colors by Laura Allred. Nate Picos does the lettering and variant cover by Greg Smallwood. And if you don't know about X-Ray Robot, well, here you go. Max Wilding is a super scientist, and he travels through another dimension before the ultimate nihilist can put an end to both Max and reality itself, while his coworkers are thrown into strange timelines that threaten their safety and sanity. And Max discovers the true identity of the ultimate villain. I personally am the designer on X-Ray Robot, and it is my favorite series I've worked on in my 7 years here. It's so fun. The colors are great. Everything is just like, it's so good. So, pick it up.
I'm still kind of bummed that we didn't get to release that first variant issue at Emerald City Comic Con.
Yeah.
Because so if you are new to this, X-Ray Robot, every single issue in the series has a variant cover, and each variant cover is done in the style of a classic album cover by different artists. And so because we were going to debut this at Emerald City Comic Con this year, which was unfortunately canceled due to COVID, the variant cover art for that one is Nirvana's Nevermind. Christian Ward is the artist on that one. So you can still get it, but we didn't, whenever we do convention exclusives online now, while supplies last, that's available. But it would have been fun to unveil that one in Seattle.
Yeah.
Bummer. Yeah. The variant cover for this one obviously is Pink Floyd's The Wall. Mm-hmm. in case you didn't get that reference. I don't know, like it kind of, I like to highlight it every time because it wasn't, like people, I don't think really quite got that the first issue, the main variant cover, not the convention exclusive, was another album cover. I think it was Madness.
It was
and
Madness, Step Beyond.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Which, you know, if you're a music person, that's pretty iconic and you would recognize it. But
Ghost
people,
Town.
yeah, it's pretty great. Yeah, you should check them out. All those variant covers are still on our website. There's a Tool homage. We just had a David Bowie one on the last issue, and that one might be my favorite. But that's because I love David Bowie. Also, Mike Allred, obviously on that Bowie comic. Have you guys read his Bowie graphic novel?
Oh, I haven't seen it. It looks great.
That was like a pre-order for me. It's not Dark Horse, unfortunately. I wish we'd gotten to work on that, but man, it's really good. I don't know if they'll do more, but yeah. Mike Allred's Bowie. I recommend it. I don't know. What you got, Allie?
We got tomorrow the trade, the TPB. It's a shocking news story by Peter Milligan, legendary writer. When a Russian computer virus jumps the species barrier, wiping out most adults, the world falls precariously into the hands of the next generation. In the wake of devastation, musical prodigy Oscar Fuentes is separated from his sister Kira. Without each other's support, stranded on opposite sides of the country, they're swept into a rapidly evolving networks of diverse teenage gangs. Oh, it sounds like 2020.
Yeah.
Can Oscar find his way back to Kira? Or will they both be lost forever in a dangerous makeshift civilization that is mercilessly replacing the past? So again, this is by Peter Milligan, Jesus Hervas, James Devlin, Clem Robbins. It's a part of our Burger Books line, so edited by Karen Berger. Totally new sci-fi story that you should check out. Yeah.
That one was a tricky one. I think we announced it at New York Comic Con last year, and it was, of course, going to be a miniseries, but COVID happened. So it's a collection, just doing the collection, gone straight to collection. But I don't know. I think, honestly, that's a good way to read the story because you get it all in one go versus piece by piece. And the theme of it was unknowingly very spot on. It's almost like a little too much to have tried to release that like when the pandemic was beginning. Yeah, so I know it's really on the nose, but the art is beautiful. There's a cello player, which I like. You can see him on the cover there. Our main character, he's a musical prodigy. I don't know how that's going to play out, in the apocalypse, but
Play out.
Music saves lives. It's fine.
Just play the cello to soothe the savage gangs.
Yes.
I'm sure that will work.
Teens love cello.
Teens love cello.
I would. So we have a local band, the Portland Cello Project.
Yeah.
You guys know them, but I like them a lot. They cover lots of other actual pop and rock. Like they do Radiohead full albums, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
If you like cello, which I like cello.
Who doesn't?
So we have every release this week is big. So we could have talked about Hellboy at the top of this, but we're going to talk about him now. There is a new Hellboy in the BPRD today. It has been a long wait, I know, again, due to COVID. Unfortunately, this was delayed somewhat, but today in comic shops, we have Hellboy and the BPRD, The Return of Effie Kolb, #2. And this is just a 2-part story. So this is the final one. The second issue is out today. This one's by Mike Mignola with Zach Howard on art and Dave Stewart, of course, on colors. So if you're a fan of the Hellboy story, The Crooked Man, which, that's right. That's our keyword for the giveaway.
Do we scream? Ah!
Yeah, we should do this like Pee-wee's Playhouse. I love that. The word of the day. Oh my God. Wow, I just had a flashback to that. All right. So yeah, word of the day, a keyword for the giveaway is Crooked Man, all one word. If you haven't already entered, you'll win a copy of this single issue as well as all the others. But so this is kind of the continuation or the sequel to the classic Hellboy story, The Crooked Man. That one was, of course, illustrated by the amazing Richard Corbin. But Zach Howard on this one, his art is his own style, but it's it fits so well with Hellboy. It's just fantastic. So hopefully you picked up the first issue. I know, again, it's been a while. This is the second issue, part 2 of 2. If you do need to go back and read the first one, that's definitely available on Dark Horse Digital also. But this kind of concludes the new story that follows up The Crooked Man. Following that strange encounter, a young spiritual sensitive still feels that something bad is going on in the old Virginia mansion. And she's right. So, if you like The Crooked Man, you definitely need to read this this sequel and see where the story goes next. Part 2 of 2. Yes, this will definitely be collected at some point. No, I don't have details right now, but single issues available now. Go back, check out the first one on digital if you don't already have it. Hellboy and the BPRD, Return of Effie Kolb, number 2. And it's perfect, you know, just in time for Halloween.
Yes. Speaking of perfect for Halloween, have you ever wondered what you're going to do if you run into a bunch of trolls?
Who hasn't?
I don't know.
I worry about it all the time.
I know. So out today we have The Troll Guide by Anders Skoglund. He's a blacksmith and cartoonist, which is like just
That's pretty hardcore.
yeah, I'm very jealous.
Like,
but don't panic, because the Troll Guide is going to tell you what to do. It's an essential hardcover. It's not hardcover, it's trade. It's paperback filled with tips and tricks on what to do. Also, there's like a list of all the trolls. So, you know, you see one and you find down the page and you're like, oh, it's this troll. And then you know what to do because you're in the mountain and there's a troll. So,
it's like a cave troll versus a bridge troll.
Right. Like
you got to handle those differently.
Go from troll novice to troll expert in just a matter of in the book. That'd be great. I worked on that one also. It's really pretty.
Do you have, I mean, I don't want to put Gary on the spot. Gary is our behind the scenes amazing person as always, but do you have like any favorites from the Troll Guide that you like as you spent all that time designing it?
No, I love all of them.
All the trolls. I haven't, because we aren't in the offices now, I haven't gotten a chance to look at it yet because I don't go in and like get my advances. So I haven't read it yet, but it looks, I mean, obviously it's humor. It's it's that like kind of European art style. I don't know. I think it looks
classic. It's a really fun one, and you know, I do love all the trolls.
All the trolls. I just love these like fake field guides.
Yeah, they're fun.
As you said, you know, if you're out there in the mountains and you got to identify that troll first before you can take any further action.
Correct.
Oh man, I used to pore over those remember like Brian Froud fairy books, you know? This is perfect.
Oh my god.
Learn your trolls now.
When the new Dark Crystal series came on Netflix, I was so excited. I loved the Dark Crystal, and Brian Froud obviously designed all of those. Oh my god.
And you're not getting a season 2.
I know. And like right after it won an Emmy too, ironically. Like, yeah, you win. Oh, by the way, it's canceled. That's a big bummer.
You win nothing.
Yeah. I guess we'll see. We'll see how that goes. We'll see if that lasts. Did you guys watch it? I watched most.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a binge watcher, so I've watched most, but like all but the last few episodes, I think. But I need to finish that.
I love it.
In the meantime, though, Halloween movies. Like I'm only watching horror stuff right now. You might like those of you. I know some folks in the chat. P.S. Jung is in the chat.
Jung.
Or he was. I think he was. Yeah. Anyway, those of you who know me, know us. I was asking for more recommendations of horror movies the other day, and then of course the epic Evan Dorkin list of recommendations came in. So definitely appreciate that. The Orphanage is now on my list. I'll be watching that this week.
Ooh, oh god.
I haven't seen it before. I don't know why, but
fun with that.
Yeah. I hope to be actually scared by it. That's what I'm looking for.
Well, you know, if it's like children, it'll be scary.
Yeah, I agree. I really like your shirt, by the way, Allie. It's kind of like
thank you. My Halloween shirt.
Yeah.
We match with your wall anyway.
I thought about trying to do a costume this week, but I mean, unless we do a stream on Friday or something, I don't. It's not as much fun when you don't get to go anywhere. I have my Hellboy skull pin anyway.
Ooh, very good.
Which, if you like these, Skeleton Crew, that's who does all these Hellboy pins and Harrow County pins too, and other stuff.
We can't do our Black Hammer costume this year either.
Right. Yeah, we've talked about
try
that a lot.
figure something out for that.
One day it's gonna happen. I just want to be Golden Gale so I can like swear and.
I want you to be Golden Gale.
You are Golden Gale.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never swear on stream. There's that. Fingers crossed. No, I love Golden Gale. And were you gonna do Madame Dragonfly?
Yeah, there's a possibility. Yeah, I still have like a black wig I got for it and a robe. So I mean, I could just be a witch now, but
I mean, having to do like if you do face paint or something, because she's kind of greenish.
Yeah. I don't have that. That's the problem.
That's a lot. I kind of draw the line at like face paint, body paint. That's a lot.
Oh, I do it. I love doing that part actually.
Oh,
I've been all blue for an Andorian. I've been all white for Danger Mouse.
That was, I think, one of my favorites.
Thank you.
Was your face green at Rebecca's party? Or did you just have a green wig on?
I was green, but my skin wasn't green, no.
You were a Twin Peaks character a couple years ago, right?
I was Diane. Yeah.
Diane, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that because usually at Dark Horse, we all get together and I mean, those who want to dress up in their costumes and come to work on that day or the closest day to Halloween. And we do kind of a fun little costume contest or something. Kelly.
Oh, yeah, I think I lost that year to Kelly. She was Sad Keanu.
Oh,
Keanu.
It was amazing.
She goes above and beyond with her costumes every year. One year she was like 2001 A Space Odyssey, like but like a whole scene from the movie.
I ran that.
Little mini monolith.
Yeah. Like a whole diorama. Sad Keanu was really good though. I was Mallory Archer, and then last year I was Ripley from Alien.
Oh, that's rad.
I could do that one again, like pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
It would be hard to tell, like on a stream though, like from here up.
I just rewatched Alien and Aliens last weekend, just for a spooky movie.
Yeah, Alien is still one of those that it's one of the only movies that really kind of scared me.
Oh yeah.
Which is what I was looking for when I was asking for recommendations the other day. I was like, I want like something new that I haven't seen before that actually is scary to me. And to me, that means either it's good, like it's so possible that that's what's scary about it. So Alien and like 28 Days Later, or it's so inexplicable, like so weird and supernatural that I can't, and my brain can't like dwell on, well, that would never happen.
Yeah. Alien is good in that, you know, it doesn't show you everything. So there's always something lurking, possibly in the wall.
Yeah.
Looks just, but also it feels very real. So it hits those boxes.
That's how I got to the recommendation of The Orphanage. So we'll see. I have high hopes.
Should I?
All right. Well, I guess talk more about comics again.
We got sidetracked. But we have the Umbrella Academy blind box pin. So that's arriving in comic shops this week. It's a set of Umbrella Academy pins, enamel pins. Each one comes in a blind box, so you don't know what you're gonna get when you open it up. There are 12 different character pins, and they're all taken directly from the pages of the comic. And there's a chance to get an ultra rare mystery pin. So
I don't even know what the mystery is, actually.
I won't reveal.
Oh.
Did you work on those, Brennan?
No, I put it in previews.
Brennan gets to do the previews.
I do that.
The paper catalog that comics still uses, which still blows my mind. Previews World. You can go to previewsworld.com also, their website, if you want to see what's coming up, and you can pre-order, or it's mostly meant for retailers, but you too, fans, can go and check out what's coming up there. We typically announce single issues 3 months ahead of time, so
so if it's like the October issue will be for January or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a calendar.
Believe me, I have a hard enough time with time zones now, trying to get people together for things like this.
What is time?
What are days? What is time anymore? Previous World. That's another actually frequently asked question that's come up a lot lately, is because of COVID, we had a lot of things listed in previews months ago. And I know ultimately comic shops had to cancel things. It doesn't mean that the comics were canceled. It just means that initial listing was canceled because everything got rescheduled. So one that's come up a lot lately has been, I think it was Skull Digger and Skeleton Boy. It was originally listed for May this year, but that listing didn't get updated in all places. And so people were kind of panicking and thinking it meant May 2021. No, it has been rescheduled. It'll be out in January. So no, you don't have to wait quite as long. A lot of questions like that. But yeah, previewsworld.com is where you can see previews of what's coming up.
Previews.
And Brennan gets to design all those.
Previews. I do.
Those listings.
She gets to preview previews.
Kara, do you have a comic to talk
I sure do. It is Stranger Things. We are back to the world of Stranger Things this week. We have a lot of Stranger Things comics going on previously and now and coming up soon. Our line is expanding, which is really exciting. I like Stranger Things a lot, the Netflix series. These are all officially licensed. They are canon in the sense that we work directly with the show, and we tell approved stories, like stories that they approve the creative teams to tell. And so we have to stay away from spoilers for the series itself. But so far, we've gotten to explore what happened to Will in The Upside Down. That was the first volume, The Other Side. We've also gotten to look at some of the other kids who were at Hawkins' lab before 11, basically. And those stories I think are really interesting. Into the Fire is a really great series. All now available in collections, 3 volumes. And then we also have some young adult graphic novels. I mentioned that we had guests on a few weeks ago. Greg Pak is the writer on most of the young adult ones so far. The Bully, where you get to see some of the other characters from the show, and also Zombie Boys, which is really cute. It introduces a new character, and the boys all get together and make a zombie film using a Betamax because it's the 80s. Also in great 80s horror theme, though, we now have Science Camp. So issue number 1 came out a little while ago. This week we have issue number 2. All of these main series are written by Jody Hauser. The art on this one is by Edgar Salazar, Keith Champagne, colored by Marissa Louise. And we always have all these great cover artists who create variant covers as well as the main covers. Main covers are by Viktor Kalvashev. And this week, let me go back. So we have a cover by Tula Lote, which I love. It has Dustin and Susie and this menacing figure. Who could it be? And then we also have an Eric Wynn cover this week, which is really cool, very different style. A bloody screwdriver, because who knows? There's some crazy stuff going on at Science Camp this week. Yeah. Classic 80s camp horror, but in the Stranger Things universe. This series stars Dustin, of course. This is, in the last season, they mentioned that Dustin had just come back from his summer science camp. Well, here we go see what happened at that summer science camp. It's called Camp Nowhere, because we love puns, apparently. And you get to see what happened at science camp, which includes a strange disappearance of a camp counselor. So, Stranger Things Science Camp number 2 is new this week.
I have a book to talk about that is really cool. It is the Hidden Society trade. So it collects 1 through 4 of the Hidden Society series. Raphael Scavone, Raphael Albuquerque, Marcelo Costa, and Bernardo Bryce. hidden from ordinary eyes. There's a world alongside our own, full of deities, demons, and danger, just the 3Ds, where magic wins over science and dark secrets lie in wait. The last wizard from Hidden Society enlists the aid of a blind girl and her demon, a young magician, and a cursed bounty hunter. We can all relate, right? In order to stop a group of nihilist warlocks, again relatable, from waking the society's greatest nemesis, a primeval force, unchecked, will scorch the planet bare of all life. There's a sketchbook section in this book. I also designed this one. You can see a pattern here. If we work on something, we'll talk about it on here. There's some really good pinups by Fabio Moon, Gabriel Ba, Greg Ticini, and Matteo Scalera. And it's really a nice little series about magic. So, you know, check it out.
Unconventional magic.
Yes.
This is another one that was affected by COVID somewhat, where the single issues kind of got moved around on the schedule because of closures, of course, during COVID. So I know the last issue just came out, but that was one series where we were able to get all the single issues out, and now you get the collection too. So whichever way you want to get it.
All right. I got one too. It's Baboon. You have to shout it, right? Because of the exclamation point.
That's what I do.
So it's by Spanish cartoonist Pau. It's a graphic novel, and it's it's written by Pau. The artist is Pau. Letter is Pau. Colorist is Pau. And the cover artist is Pau.
Surprise.
You guessed it. But we're giving it its first American release this week. It's wordless, and it's an illustrated story that tells the tale of a baboon who is raised by a leopard and who, following the leopard's death, finds and reconnects with the tribe from which he came. It's recommended for ages 12 and up, so young readers. Pau is best known for the Atlas and Axis saga. Wow, I can't talk. Atlas and Axis Saga, an adventure series about two anthropomorphic dogs who set off on a mission to rescue friends and neighbors who have been kidnapped by Vikings.
Which also sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, I love these storylines. Yes.
Yeah, I kind of wish maybe we'll get to do a translation of that one. I don't know.
Cool.
So also you may also notice a pattern here, kind of grouping our younger reader titles together. So next up, also new this week, we have a new Avatar. Yes, a new Avatar collection anyway. Avatar: The Last Airbender. We have a new library edition, which are the oversized hardcover volumes that we do. This one collects the Lost Adventures and Team Avatar tales. So it collects all of these short stories that are set in the Avatar: The Last Airbender universe. The Team Avatar tales, especially, I read that one in full, and every story in it is really fun. If you're a fan of the Airbender series, you should definitely check it out. You get to see some new original stories by a whole variety of artists and writers, all done as our comics always are, in conjunction with the series co-creators, Brian and Mike. So everything's got that flavor of authenticity. Gurihiru, of course, does some of the art on some of the stories. Other creators you'll probably recognize include Jean Lung Yang, Faith Erin Hicks, Kiku Hughes. The cover art on this one is by Chan Chow, and I think it's really, really cool. It's got a nice big appa, and I'm a big appa fan, so can't go wrong. Some of the stories you'll get to see are some more stories about May, the Boulder, of course, Earth King Kui, the Kyoshi Warriors. So they travel all over the place. They meet lots of the characters you've come to know and love, and it's a really nice collection. So now available in the big hardcover library edition, The Lost Adventures and Team Avatar Tales.
So it's me again. Talk to you about Courageous Princess Volume 3. We released this previously a while ago as a hardcover, and now we are re-releasing them as trade paperbacks, and this is the last one in the trilogy. And in the conclusion to the Courageous Princess trilogy, Princess Mabel Rose must use her generous spirit as well as her brains to melt the heart of the Dragon Queen, and gain her freedom, but she still has to bring her father and her friends back from the Queen's unreachable, unremembered lands. This is by Rod Espinoza. The art is great. It's a really fun series. It's good for middle readers. Is that the correct term we use?
Yes.
Middle. Okay. Yeah, it's a really fun story, and I've looked at all the pages of all three of the books. I've looked at all three of them, and it's really beautiful. So,
Are you saying you have to look at all the pages a lot when you're designing?
I do look at many pages. One of my job description is
look at many
pages.
we
Much
should
page as well.
descriptions. So these are new editions of that series. I had not read it until we started doing these new paperbacks. Did you work on all three of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think it's a really cute story. I like especially her like hedgehog porcupine pet.
Yeah. I like the boar too, because I have a pet pig. So of course I feel like
of course.
I'm just saying if Sal wanted to make a guest appearance at some point, he's always welcome.
Maybe sometime we can make that happen. He's sleeping outside in the sun right now. So
that's fair. That's fair.
Nice day.
Yeah.
I'm surprised actually that Rex has not butted into this yet. Now that I've said that, he probably will. That's my cat. I know he's got butts. Yeah, he's got some fans. He would. He would just put his butt like right here if I let him. Which no one.
So nice.
No one really wants to see that. I trust me.
All right.
Well, Allie's gonna bring us on home.
Oh, closing us out. Yes, we have the Disney Frozen Library Edition. So it's another oversized collection, like almost 300 pages of Dark Horse original comics with Elsa, Anna, Olaf, Kristoff, Sven in a deluxe oversized format. So don't miss out on these novella-length stories that bridge some of the time between Disney's Frozen and the beginning of Frozen 2. Featuring a foreword by Michael Giacomo. Is that how you say that? Giacomo? He's the production designer of Frozen and Frozen 2, so he knows a lot. And he, wrote the foreword. So it's by Joe Caramagna, Kawaii Creative Studio, and more artists. And there's a cover art by Steve Thompson.
Yeah, the Disney titles that we work on, because we work on a lot of licensed Disney kids books, they all tend to feature a whole kind of crew of artists. A lot of times they're adaptations of Italian Disney comics. So we have a lot of Italian artists who work on these. Too many to list all in one go, but they're really nice. My friend's son, he's maybe like 2, really likes all the Frozen comics, so I make sure that I send him some, especially during quarantine. Aww. I would share photos, but of course he's 2, so like, but really cute. He really likes the Frozen comics, and also we've done like the Little Mermaid and classics with Mickey Mouse as Frankenstein and Dracula and things like that. So a lot of cute stuff for younger readers. Nightmare Before Christmas is a recent one. And like we said, that rounds out our new releases for this week. So we're going to draw a winner in our giveaway in just a second here. As we were saying earlier, you can find all of these in comic shops and also in bookstores. Comicshoplocator.com can help you find a shop near you. And let's draw a winner in the giveaway. Congratulations to Meow Whisker 1818.
Yay, Meow Whisker.
I like that screen name. So all you need to do is claim in the chat and or just send us a whisper. That's a private message here on Twitch, and we'll get in touch with you so we can work out prize shipping. And you'll get a copy of each of the single issues that we talked about today, including the new Black Hammer, Colonel Weird, Cosmagog, #1, and a lot of other good stuff. I think that is pretty much it. Just a reminder, we stream every week on Wednesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific time, doing the new Comic Book Day rundown. We often have special guests, like Brennan joined us with Evan Dorkin and Roger Langridge not long ago to talk about the Bill and Ted comics.
Excellent.
Yeah, it was excellent. It was most excellent. Allie, thanks for joining us. I know it's been a little bit since you've been on.
Yeah, pleasure.
Welcome back. Now we get to do it from the comfort of our own homes.
I know, it's pretty cool. I miss your faces though.
I know.
That is
In 3D.
right. Well, we definitely would love to have you back again soon, especially if it ends up being a week where you've got some titles that you did a lot of work on.
Awesome.
I think
bringing me back when you're talking about Overwatch or Cyberpunk or
Cyberpunk, which we have a lot of Cyberpunk going on, but yeah, we can maybe save that for another one. It's always great to talk to the folks that work on these comics behind the scenes, I think, so that folks get an idea of kind of what you do and all of the other work that goes into these. So thanks to Brennan and thanks to Allie, who work in design and pre-press, correct, respectively.
Close enough.
Like the name of your department for some reason always kind of like, wait, am I saying that right?
Yeah, digital art and pre-press kind of go hand in hand. So yeah. And we are all design, digital art, pre-press. We're all very much snuggle buddies. So
to me, you are all kind of design.
Production.
Yeah.
We're all upstairs.
We're all
when we're in the office.
they keep us in dark rooms upstairs in the attic.
Right. I also am in a dark attic, but across the street.
Yes.
We're actually above, TFA, which is the comic shop. So that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
I can hear their music coming up through our floor a lot of times. And also the bike shop guy, because he likes to play the flute.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But not the cello.
Yeah.
Needs to get on that.
I wish. I do. Since we are not in the office, I miss the musical sounds of the flute. Anyway, thank you everybody for tuning in. That's our weekly New Comic Book Day rundown every Wednesday. Thank you again to Brennan and Allie, who are both coworkers of mine at Dark Horse. And a recording of this will be on our YouTube starting, as soon as we can get it up, probably early next week. So until then, we'll see you next Wednesday. Thanks everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Before the beginning, there was nothing. No earth, no heavens, no stars, no sky. Only the mist world, formless and shapeless. And the fire world, always burning. In Jotunheim, the home of the giants, is Mimir's well. Mimir, the wise one, the guardian of memory, knows many things. His well is wisdom. The ash tree grows between the 9 worlds and joins them each to each. The dragon Nidhogg lives in these waters, and it is always gnawing at the root from below. At the edge of the flame stood Sota. He will go forth from Muspel with his flaming sword and burn the world with fire, and one by one the gods will fall before him.